大家好，欢迎回到行者木然的旅行纪录片频道。我现在依旧是在非洲赞比亚的首都卢萨卡。那我了解到呢，在卢萨卡有一座中国人修建的少林寺。那刚好有幸呢，我联系到了这个在少林寺里面教中国功夫的一位师傅。我新结识的2位小伙伴，来自意大利的 Mara 和来自捷克的开的，他们也是对这个中国人在海外教功夫很感兴趣，他们有打算跟我一起过去。好，那这期视频呢，就带大家去了解一下这个少林寺在非洲。哇哦！我们现在来到了赞比亚少林寺，因为这个寺院是新建的。突然在非洲这个地方看到一座中国寺院，感觉很亲切啊。
少林寺在全世界呢有很多个不同的国家，有很多个这种文化中心来传播这个少林功夫和这个中国文化。少林寺首先属于民间的一个寺院，佛教寺院，它这个不属于国家的一个投资建设这一类的，不属于国家的。在非洲，这是我们少林寺第一家文化中心。之前布局一直在其他大洲。赞比亚呢，首先它是一个比较稳定的一个国家，无论是这个政治环境还是这个社会环境比较稳定。另外，这个寺院也是经由咱们华人，咱们这个在外打拼的华人华侨这些信众们他们捐建的。他们这个把这个寺庙建好之后，捐建给少林寺，然后我们少林寺派法师过来管理。
Children, do you have now the KPO lessons class?
Children.
Yeah.
That children. Okay, I forgot to introduce. These children, most of them are orphans. Yeah, we collect them from some village.
Okay.
Some village. And some no family, but the aunt or uncle come to send the children come our temple. They begging us to keep the children for help, and we also will check it out it's true or not, because for 1 year staying here we realize that people not all honest. Yeah, some fun reasons come. They hid some information for us. So first we will check out if it's really need help, really poor family, and we give them chance. Because if you no rules, no standards for everyone, we can't make sure the safety or anything here. Now it's almost 25 children.
And they live there?
They're living here, studying here, training here. I teaching them Chinese language and some Buddhism knowledge. Yeah. And another 2 master here, that black master and that Chinese master, they teaching them the Shaolin Kung Fu. Yeah.
But not like in a normal school, like with history, geography, and a lot of material. They don't study that.
They also study some basic lessons in Zambia. For example, the English, mathematics, and science, and society like this. because some of them even they don't speak English, just speaking the local language.
Can I ask, is it
Yeah.
something that you learn from Zambian people?
Zambian people.
Yeah. Because you are teaching them all the time, so my question is if they teach you something back.
Of course, whatever they stay in poor condition or any condition. For example, today I have food for eating. I don't think about tomorrow. So me always happy every moment. I come here, I have seen a lot of people. Some people, they after lunch, they lie on the ground in the city up under the tree, lie on the ground until the sunset. It looks freedom. It looks always happy.
Yeah, they don't have nothing, but
Yeah,
they don't think.
they no plan.
Things like,
They no plan for the future. They
live
just
for
enjoy
this.
the moment.
Yeah, and
I can see it's good or not, but for them it looks good.
I think this kind of life is similar our Buddhist. As our Buddha said, live in the moment.
Yeah,
The future not coming yet. The past was past, already past. They live in the moment.
yeah,
This
but,
is a similar our Buddhist culture.
yeah, but they also don't mind what they have did today, the bad things. They will forget. They will forget tomorrow after sleeping. Yeah, they will forget tomorrow. So also, I can't say it's good or not. They don't mind what happened today. They don't mind what they did today. So they also don't charging for their behavior. For Chinese, we think a lot about our behavior. The reasons, the result, we think about. Everything we have planned. Everything we think about what will happen in the future, what it caused in the past. We think about this for traditional Chinese. It's our culture.
So, what is happiness for you?
For me, yeah, similar like the Zambian people. Enjoy this moment. I don't like the plan, any plan for the future. I don't like making any plan. Plan always makes me unhappy. Future always like a burden for me. So happiness just exists in this moment. Yeah, maybe I think someone's opinion is not a positive idea.
I know Buddhism is not a religion, but in Italy, who is in the church will pay it from the church, you know? So you will pay it from anyone? How you did your money?
In China, the Buddhist followers they always support food for the temple. It's a tradition. It's a Buddhist tradition. When the Buddhists come to China, it always like that. Even today, even for the Kung Fu.
Okay. So if you need shoes for your children,
You know,
someone donate you.
if you go inside the temple, you will see some charity there. The books, that wood books, charity for the people who want to donate money or using the money for our daily cost. Buy some food, clothes for them. Actually, the food, a lot of Chinese they donate for us every month.
Wow.
Yeah, and some second-hand clothes, shoes, and also they always bring for us, for our children. Yeah.
谢老师，你教他们跟教中国学生，你觉得有多大的差距，或者是有什么样的不一样的体会吗？
第一方面就是语言沟通，因为我不会英语，所以这一方面交流的不是很好。然后还有一点就是教他们练习武术，感觉很简单。就英语，就算我不会英语，我感觉教他们就是肢体，就是把动作一做出来，他们就能模仿。怎么说呢？因为他们这边的身体素质，比中国的孩子们要好的很多。
比中国的孩子的身体素质好？
对，应该是他们非洲人的因素吧。因为我之前在中国的时候也是从业教练，就教小孩子练习武术啊，五步拳啊什么的，就是像我之前在中国，我教那些小孩子就是手把手，马步该怎么放啦，就是手该怎么往下蹲，然后手，然后亲自给他做示范，拳怎么出，很费脑子。当然语言沟通是没问题，然后一来到这边，就比如个马步，我说马步下，让他们一看，不到2-3秒
就会了，
模仿得出来。这就是身体素质的一方面。
还有一点就是会不会就是因为思维方式的不一样，他们可能如果对于中国孩子的话，他们肯定会去想这个问题，这样下去会不会这样子，会不会那样子，而对于他们来说，他照着一个动作去做，可能就是你让他做什么他就做什么，然后他就不会有太多的想法。
对他们想法很少，像中国孩子，就比如蹲个马步，蹲个10秒左右，他们就感觉会累。如果他们蹲个10秒左右，没有什么感觉。当然，中国孩子也有像蹲个1分钟、2分钟没问题但是很少。像他们这边，就往下一蹲，我不说停，他们都不会停。当然也会累，但是能坚持。
你觉得教他们比教中国学生更出成绩是吧？
会快一点，
会快一些。
对比中国孩子会稍微快个1个月、2个月，因为这些孩子练的也没有，最多时长也就半年最长的时间半年。像动作啦、速度啦、力量啦，很明显的和中国孩子练半年的一个差距。突然很明显。
No, I don't know. I just recording 一起的。
这个是最简单的5步拳。5步拳啊。
You be learn from kicks?
这个拳一共分为5种步型。你看，一是马步，这是 two 弓步，straight。第3个 three 瀑布。然后第4组 four 歇步。然后 four 虚步。
怎么从那个位置移过去的？
这个一个位置吗？Stand up, back. 来，这边。
正如这位师傅所说，他来到赞比亚从赞比亚人身上感受到了，虽然他们有些生活比较艰难，比较贫困，但是他们每天都是很开心。确实我也是深受启发，真正的幸福和快乐并不是说是能通过外在的一些东西去所得到的。本期视频呢就分享到这儿，我是环球旅行的行者木然，感谢大家对我的关注。好的，我们下期视频拜拜。